Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight at Octavia's Insight. Today, I'm going to focus on the sign of the month, which is going to be Cancer. I have actually recorded this. Now it's the fifth time. I'm hoping that the recording will not stop. So bear with me while I make sure the cards are accurate. Basically, Cancer, this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. And what it is a general look for the month of July, the first half and the second half. It also is going to cover all aspects of your day-to-day life, from work to health to finances, family, siblings, travel, communication. I'm going to try to hit as many areas of life for you to either be aware of or maybe focus or even confirm that what you're thinking is like on the right path. So let's start off with the Knight of Pentacles. I will take this card as your physical health, your physical body, advising you to invest in your health or well-being. If you're feeling a little bit lazy and you're not feeling motivated to move, this card suggests that you do take time to, slowly get off the horse and move, taking care of your physical energy. The good thing is with this card is that you do have an opportunity to search or find someone who kind of lead you or guide you to a good health style, a new way of eating, a new way of working out. So the Knight of Pentacles says even if you don't feel that well, you're feeling a little ill, um, not very light on your feet, you're feeling a little bit heavy. It suggests that you come off of that um, kind of state of mind and change something towards your health. Be very aware of what you're putting in your body. There may be something going on internally that you're a little uncomfortable with. So definitely, if you're feeling like you're not sure if you can exercise, well, then get yourself a doctor note. Make sure that you are good um, to move around. Don't do anything strenuous if you feel that you're not feeling very good inside, okay? The other card here we're seeing is the Nine of Wands. And I feel that in this situation, it's going to be more based on money that you may have put aside and you're not sure where to divvy it up or where to go with something that you have in mind to save for. It might be a few items that you're thinking, and therefore you're trying to keep an eye on what's coming in and trying to keep a hold as much as you can for a material possession of great value. And it's probably an expensive item, but you're not willing to pay top dollar for it. I personally feel that's a fantastic practice in general for people to keep an eye out for sales, or especially if it's a big item for your home, whether it's furniture, mattresses, keep an eye out for these things and make sure that you don't feel pressured or you don't feel pressured by either salesperson, or so you have to go in there with a definite amount in mind and a definite strategy on how you're going to go about the purchase, because this kind of says like I'm not trusting what other people are saying, and for some reason I'm getting a salesperson in my mind. And so do your homework, do your research before you go into the pack of wolves, as we're accustomed to whenever we're buying cars or furniture. There's always seems like a bunch of salespeople just ready to to get your business. And not that is wrong, they have to make a living, but you have to go in with a plan. If you're thinking of taking a trip to either visit a family member or a sibling, this card says absolutely yes. To kind of connect or reconnect emotionally or even spiritually with a person you consider like a sibling or like family. It does suggest that this journey or this trip is going to be longer than just a day trip. It looks like you may have to cross waters. You may even have to, um, have um, like a weekend overnight stay or weekend trip. But it says that this is going to replenish. If you're feeling drained emotionally or even spiritually, you're looking to go and get that cup refilled. So that way you can have this kind of re-energized, renewed feeling when it comes to you emotionally and or spiritually speaking. You may opt to drive, and if your car is not in its best, is not working at its best, there is something here that says you may have to take some funds out for this trip, but try not to pull out as much as you have been saving, because there is kind of this tug and pull about what we're going to be spending money on. So be very aware of what you have put aside, but also do budget if you decide to go on a trip. I'm also getting that there may be communication with a family member or a sibling that is quite a distance from you, and or you're thinking of somebody that you haven't been connecting for a while, either on an emotional level, but you are like either praying for them or you're thinking about them spiritually, and therefore I feel like they're feeling it too, or they're sensing it too. So feel free to communicate or text somebody you have in mind that you're kind of fearful about reaching out to, perhaps because you did not have a good conversation the last time you saw them. On your home and family, this confirms for me that you will be spending a good amount of money, though you don't want to, on several items. It also says that you have had ideas, and it could be for your home, and it could be like a home gardening patio set. It's like a large purchase, whether you're fixing your outdoor area and making it more like a living space, extending your living space. But I do see that this is also going to cause hard hard work and all of the money you have been saving up to invest in this is going to be utilized. It kind of says that don't don't throw all your funds in just one item. Kind of spread the wealth. If you wanted to buy a car, or you want to get new furniture, or you want to add an outdoor living space, it kind of says like think how you're going to achieve that, and plan it in a way that you're able to combine all those things and make it happen and still have left over for you. That would be ideal. For let's say your how you feeling, or your affection towards your children or romantic partner, or even if you're single. Hmm. You know, a lot of people see this card as the cheater's card, but it also can be a card where you have to take advantage of an opportunity that another person didn't. It could also be, if you have kids, that they need to be more active in a kind of like a competitive sport, where they can feel the how you can experience both winning and losing. So for your children, they'll be very good for them to experience that and learn how to lose with a good attitude. For yourself, in terms of a relationship, it's important that you speak your truth, that you are asking to have the ability to discern whatever truth, whatever's being told to you, that you'll be able to discern whether it is true or not. And that goes with children too. You know, as parents, our kids may want to, pull the wool over your eyes. So this card says, when it comes to your kids, when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to your romance, or even when you're out entertaining with friends, to be mindful and pay attention to what even your gut is saying. Yeah, that's BS, or they're speaking the truth. Take whatever information that's going to be helpful for you, and disregard anything that is just doesn't make any sense. That would be the advice for that. In terms of your work environment, also your health. But for your work environment, this kind of talks about collaborating with coworkers. It talks about going to a person who is an expert in their field. So if you're learning, or you have a new project that you're going through at work, make sure that you are open, or seek someone that this is their area of expertise, because that's going to be a new skill that you're going to be able to utilize for yourself. And so I think that even with health, seek out expert opinion. That could be a doctor. If you have some kind of remodeling you want to do at home, seek out an expert. Seek out the advice of a roofer, a general contractor, because this also kind of points to you feeling good about the place you're in, the place you live in. And most of us are now working from home, or our work is part of our everyday life. So it talks about feeling comfortable, but working and collaborating with team members, or experts in a certain project. to make you feel more at ease, and also for you to take in more knowledge. So that's really covers the first half of July. As we go into the second half, things get really, I think they get better actually towards the end of July, even though you have a couple of cards here, but I wouldn't panic about that. I think the first half gets a little bit more about your health, yourself, your image, your self-awareness, your environment, whether it's at home, at work. But as we get to the second half, I think it's going to be more community based. And by that, I'll cover each phase. But let's say, for example, your Knight of Wands. This I would take in terms of relationships. Let's say, even if you're not in a relationship, the Knight of Wands says, be more energetic, get out there, be more aggressive in your decisions about what you want to do, where you want to meet, if you want to eat, do you want to dance, do you want to be in a big group, do you want to intimate. It says to be more the person who takes the lead in the relationship. So if you're taking care of your body in the first half, you may be feeling that extra energy where you started off, as a Knight of Pentacles, not feeling really great. If you're doing the changes that it's advising for you, and being out there and moving and collaborating with people, by the second half of the month, you're going to feel really energetic to move forward and connect with people. And so they say be out there, but be out there in terms of in areas that you're very, very passionate about, whether it's a book club, or it's martial arts, or it's yoga. Get out there and connect with people, partner off with people, even if it's related to work. Again, you have to make sure that you're working with someone who's on the same page with you, with the same energy, that is looking to complete, not each other, but to complete the goal that they're both seeking. Let me get something to drink. Excuse me. My throat is feeling a little dry. Now, let's talk about the Lovers. A lot of people can say, well, why wouldn't you mention this more in terms of relationships? Because I'm seeing this one as more as you having to come to a decision between two things, whether it's your spiritual beliefs, or religion, or maybe you're looking into another holistic way of taking care of your internal organs, or just how you're going to take care of your body. You're making a decision here to transform your body, your mind, your spirit. You will be making, or needing to make, a decision between two particular objects, or even tasks. And so the Lovers kind of say, when you make the decision, make sure that this decision is, you're going to feel whole, you're going to feel well, you're going to feel like not only that you love to do it, but that it's going to make you feel like you're healing. And again, this could be anything from work, spiritual practice, studies, family. This says choose the road that will feed and nurture your soul with love, because there's passion there. So if you're going to decide between the path of love, the path of healing, the path of wholeness, the path of 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 well-being. Choose that. Okay. Let's go into the Tower card. It's a really interesting card because the Tower card, you know, if you want to avoid a chaotic situation, this card says you best speak the truth before the shit hits the fan. So I would say this would be more relatable to work. So perhaps you need to make sure be careful what you write, what you say. Make sure that's not misunderstood, and people don't blow up or lose their heads. Be careful with how you're explaining to others your philosophy, whether it's your philosophy of life or your political views, anything that could potentially cause disruption of a really big issue. Though it says speak your truth, but speak it softly. Don't be very abrupt and harsh. There's a way to kind of say your piece, but in a very kind and gentle manner. So it might shake someone, but it's not going to throw them over the edge. So this would be a card. It could be not only at work, it could be even in a family gathering, where don't get into overly heated discussion, but be very gentle and be kind. It might, not sit well, but at the end, let those around you agree to disagree. But let's not be stuffing our belief system down someone's throat. Be very, and vice versa, you know. Also, if you feel like someone is being callous and trying to, put their beliefs and shove it down your throat, you have to set boundaries. You have to let them know that no, we're not going that route. And that would be the advice for that. And I would be also keep in mind, if you are, because of the traveling, I would say definitely check the weather. Make sure that everything is stable wherever you're going. Make sure that there's no potential of, I mean, we can only do so much. Mother Nature, takes control. But make sure wherever you go that if you get stuck from a storm, that you have, you keep that in mind. Prepare yourself for anything like that, because this does look like something very chaotic, very sudden will come down, and it can kind of cause disruption in a lot of people's that you're with or around lives. Okay. Let's talk about the career part, and maybe you're feeling like people are speaking about you, or you're feeling like there is just a lot of negativity around you at work, and you feeling that you have to protect your self-image or your reputation. This card says to you know, sacrifice, kind of like turn the other cheek to settle or to squash any disagreements, especially at work, and let that kind of, that's going to kind of disappear and you'll be able to get up and move on. But rather than meet head on, you want to kind of lay low and let people say what they have to say. You might have to swallow it for now, but later down the road, your image will stay intact and theirs wouldn't. This also suggests that you may be taking either you might be going to a chiropractor or an acupuncturist to release some stress that you are feeling on your back or in your head. And this definitely says yes, do search or seek a holistic avenue to care for any spinal misalignment or feeling, even if you feel spiritually your chakra is a little bit off. Go to someone who has Reiki or that works with energy in the body, but this asks you to realign yourself because you're going to feel a little bit off. All right. And then for your friends, I think your friends are going to look at you, and this could be family and friends, as a leader who's putting either a project or even, you know, like a family get together. Either you're leading it or you're working with someone who is putting it together. This is nice because as a King of Pentacles,